Poppin'. Yeah, I'm back. Teddy Stacks. This is like part one of my story that I was telling y'all I was gonna tell y'all. Yeah, so I went to prison in 2010. I caught my case in 2009. I caught my case like less than, I think it was 52 days after I got out on my 18th birthday. Only had 52 days of real adult time on the street. You know, when you ain't gotta ask your mom or your daddy what you can do, or you know, back then you could buy cigarettes. Now I think you gotta be 21 or some shit. But yeah. So my story started. I went to prison for armed robbery. I got 3 years for the robbery, 10 years for the enhancement. Um, I took mine to trial because they offered me the 7 year deal at first, but then they took it back based on my brother like convinced me that they was gonna give me a lower deal because it was my first time as an adult catching a case. And so yeah, I listened to a nigga who ain't really know what he was talking about, which is one of them life lessons that taught me like you gotta know a person's resume before you accept them telling you what you should and what you shouldn't do. Like they gotta have some kind of area expertise or something. But yeah, give you a little background. I'm from Old Park Bloods, Underworld Zilla, fuck a bitch. I'm from 33rd Street. Um, yeah, growing up, I didn't know I was an Old Park Blood because I'm actually from Old Park. So I didn't get put on Old Park. Like I went to elementary, middle, high school, continuation school. Um, there was times I left Oak Park, obviously, because I went to like CPS or I went to jail, did a program, and traveled throughout Sacramento, South Sac, North Sac, East Sac, West Sac, Yolo County, which is like Davis, West Sac, Woodland. So I've been all over Sacramento. So I'm a Sacramento nigga. So I know a lot of niggas from a lot of different areas. Um, but going to jail, yeah, like it wasn't really like it was my decision, but not really because the way it occurred, I wasn't even, like I had just bought a car from my cousin and wasn't really looking to sell my car. But then this dude approached me and he was basically saying that he was from Oak Park and I didn't know him. And when I asked him, did he know me? I used my original name, which is Mike B. It stands for Mike Blood. I'm like, hey, you know Mike Blood? And he's like, nah, I don't know him. He ain't from my hood. And I played it smooth, like, nah. I'm like, man, that's crazy. And at that time, I was around, I was in the mix. I knew everybody from my street. I knew everybody that was somebody. And so when he said that, it basically disrespected me. And so instead of just firing shit up right there, I was at a Meadowview Light Rail station picking somebody up. So instead of firing shit up right there, like we exchanged numbers, and I was gonna leave it alone once I left. I was like, fuck that nigga. But then you go down the road, like he kept calling me and harassing me. Then one of my homies needed to make some money, so instead of me just like gang banging on him, it like about that, we robbed him and gang banged on him. And then he called the police and then and gave him my whole name, my car, license plate, all that. And me being so young and stupid, I'm still riding around the same car that I did a robbery in with the same phone number that I gave him and all that. So through the investigation, they came and found me, contacted family members and all that, and then a few hours I was in jail. Uh, I had more charges, but then they dropped it down to just the robbery and the enhancement, and which I said was 3 years for the robbery and 10 for the enhancement. I went to trial because I fought it. I had to. Once they took the deal back, there was no more deals. So I fought that. So I went to trial. So I got out on my 18th birthday from juvenile. I went to trial my 19th birthday as an adult. I was in prison June 10th, 2010. I headed to Tracy, which is Dual Vocational Institute, which got shut down some years back. But that's just the the beginning of my story, you know. And back then, fighting was like a badge of honor. So I fought like we like this one. The beef of the Zillas and the Stars really like was heating up. So when you go to court, you see some Star niggas, you instantly gotta get off. You trying like not to be disrespectful. I ran into some factors who was no longer here, and I tried my hands because I wasn't on their level in popularity or money or status or nothing. I was just a nigga trying to come up. So it's a few of them that I caught trying, and I was trying to run they fade. They little niggas wasn't really nothing, so I don't really like ever bring them up based on who the nigga I am today. So they like get them some clout. Cause in prison, like I ain't never left no yard on no debts, not homosexual, no offense to them, not a coward, never ran. I had 13 years, and back then the level 4 180s was mainly lifers or people who had 40, 50 years, a hell of time. I had 13 years because I caught so many write-ups in the county. This is another misconception. They say, oh, if you fight in the county, it don't count. When you go to prison, you good. Not true. They bring it up during your citizen phase. They count each one of them as points. And then when you get there, well, it's re-rocked now, but then when you get to prison, if you ain't got no kids, it's higher. If you're not married, it's higher. If you ain't got no education, if you ain't graduate, it's higher. They had all this little point system that it was designed to boost your. If you have more than 10 years, you get more points. And so that's how I ended up being a level 4. I was actually at 270, but then they put me on 180, waiting to transfer for a lower level because they couldn't put me on level 3, waiting for a higher level. So I went to 180 and I stayed in 180 for my entire time, all 13 years. And so, yeah, that's the beginning. Like, it wasn't no joke. It wasn't easy or nothing like that. And at the beginning, I remember just thinking like, oh man, I can't wait till I'm 30. I'm gonna be almost out. And just having that kind of realization, like, dang, like all my 20s is gone. I didn't get to go to the store and buy a bottle. I didn't get to go buy a hotel room and kick it with some women. I didn't get to go travel and go to school because I'm 6'6", 200. At that time, I was like 6'3", 6'2", but I was solid 200. Big dunking, jumping everywhere. Loved basketball. I know it's not too many niggas that could say that they just whooped on me. It's a few. They ain't whoop on me. They beat me. But you let them tell it, it'll be like, oh yeah, I did that nigga bad, man. It'll be like it's a team sport, and the rest of my team is trash, and they beat me. But yeah, that's just the beginning. Like the mind state of going to prison back there was like proving yourself and not fucking up. Cause like I never like, and then for a long time I was scared to even sell drugs in prison because I always thought like, man, I only came with 13. Why go get more time and be in here longer? And if they catch you with some drugs, you get at least a 10 piece. And I'm like, I don't know what it was. I never got caught, but that's what I thought. Like I don't want to go down for no drugs. Like that's stupid. And my journey is kind of weird too because I went to trial with one of my older homies. His name was Clutch. We went to trial together, but he had a different case from me. We left county and went to reception together, then we left reception together and went to prison together, a GP line. And so the whole time, my first few years, 3-4 years, I had him because he'd already been in prison before. So he would like tell me certain things and have me do it because that's bro. So I'm listening. He's like, bro, you don't never let nobody speak against us. You don't do this, you don't do that. And he's from 33rd. His brother's just like my brothers. We all from 33rd. I got 3 brothers, 2 older, 1 younger. And then his brothers, there's only 3 of them, but they all from 33rd. And that's not common from where I'm from. Like you'll have a brother from 4th, 12th, 10th, 33rd, way block. You know, it's like whatever. And so, yeah, that's just the start. It's gonna get deep. So just follow my story. I told y'all I got y'all. I got some type for y'all too. Hold on.